What the hell does social distancing actually mean? Well, that was probably the number one question that I got from New Yorkers when we started Ask the Mayor and making sure you got the answers you needed. So I'm going to give you a message every morning, and it's going to involve answers to your questions. Go to hashtag AskMyMayor. Put in your first name for sure, and put in also your borough, your neighborhood, so I know who you are, where you're from. But that's the big question. What does it mean? So look, it's really hard for us to make sense of because we're social animals. Everyone is, but New Yorkers especially, we're used to being close together. We like it. We're used to close-knit families. We're used to everyone showing, that we like being together. We like being close together in New York. We like crowded spaces. But we got to do something really, really different now. That 6-foot rule, it really does work. Why? Because if you're 6 feet away from someone, even if, God forbid, they happen to sneeze and they aren't able to sneeze into their elbow or their shoulder, you're far enough away that that's not going to reach you. Those droplets aren't going to reach you. A sneeze, a cough. 6 feet is enough distance to really give you some protection from the kinds of things that lead to the spread of coronavirus. But you got to take it seriously. It doesn't mean if you're with a family member who lives under the same roof. I really want to be clear about that. If you live under the same roof with someone, whatever kind of family, you're already in super close proximity. It means with all the other people out there to keep that 6-foot distance. If you end up having to stand in a line, you stand 6 feet away from the person in front of you, 6 feet away from the person behind you. If you're having to go to the grocery store, keep maximum distance from anyone else who's shopping around you. It's not easy. It means changing who we are in a lot of ways. But remember, in a time of social distancing, you're just going out for a limited period of time, shopping, grocery store, pharmacy, getting back home, exercise, getting back home. So keeping in mind at all times, am I keeping that 6-foot distance? It may not be perfect, but if you do it regularly, you're going to help yourself be safe and everybody else. That's what it means. So we asked New Yorkers again to go to hashtag AskMyMayor, and we got a lot of questions. I'm only going to talk about 3 right now. We'll do more every day. First of all, Maddie sends in a really good question. Maddie says, construction workers don't feel safe right now. What can you do to end construction? Construction is not essential. Well, Maddie, this is a really pertinent question because I think in the next 24 hours or so, I hope we'll get an agreement between the city and the state. We're working on this together to try and figure out what that rule should be. Because obviously things are changing, not only as we fight this virus, but we got, right now, the possibility of real federal money reaching working people right into their pockets, that extended unemployment relief and other federal support. And that means that even if someone isn't working for safety reasons, health reasons, because of coronavirus, they can at least have the security of knowing there will be some help there for them. The second question, John writes in and says, he's concerned about when folks go to the supermarket or the drugstore. What are the actual stores themselves doing, the people who work there, to limit the number of people inside the store? We're saying to store owners and managers and everyone who works in stores, you got to pay attention to your aisles. You got to pay attention to the crowds coming in to go to the store, to folks in line at the cash register. You got to keep that 6-foot separation. If you can't provide that for people, you have to ask people to stay outside. Now, here's what I want to say to store owners and to everyday New Yorkers. If you see a situation where a store is starting to get too crowded, call 311. Report it immediately. We will send over NYPD or FDNY or Department of Buildings or whatever agency has someone nearby to make sure that the social distancing is achieved. And the same again, if there's a line outside, we'll stretch out that line and make sure it's safe. So a store owner, a store manager has to use their mind. Think about what we're dealing with in this situation. Spread people out, ask people to be patient, observe the social distancing. But anyone who sees it and wants to report it so we can get over there and act on it, call 311 right away. Give the specifics so we can get someone over there. And finally, Wesley asked this question. It says, are we going to continue the grab-and-go lunches for kids throughout the school year, even if school doesn't reopen? Well, we hope to get school back up on April 20th, but that's going to be a big challenge. So, Wesley, the answer is yes. Those grab-and-go lunches that are being provided all over the city. It's breakfast and lunch, and we even have dinner in locations around the city. Yeah, kids can go there to those assigned locations. You can get them through 311 or at nyc.gov, and you can get those lunches and those other meals for free, even if school does not go back into session. We're going to work hard to try and bring it back, but either way, those lunches, those meals are going to be there. And I just named, in the last few days, a food czar for New York City, Catherine Garcia, our sanitation commissioner, who's an extraordinary talent, to make sure that New Yorkers can get food no matter what's going on with their own personal situation, whether you have a job, don't have a job, have money to pay, don't have money to pay. We're going to make sure there's food available to you. Anyone needs more information, again, you can go to nyc.gov or call 311. So those are some answers for today. Hashtag AskMyMayor. Give us your name, give us your borough or your neighborhood, and I'll keep coming back every day with more and more answers. Thank you, everybody.